Hi, welcome to RoboKids. Today we're going to do some little 3D designing. Okay, so now we're going to go up to our SketchUp little icon here. So it looks like a staircase with a little cube, so we're going to double click that. So now when this window pops up, we're going to go down to template. There's this little bit of a triangle on the side, we're going to click that. And here we have our simple template, feet and inches. We're going to click that once. And we're going to start using SketchUp. Okay, so now there's a new window popping up. And you see this little guy right here. Not really little guy, he looks like a grown man. So we don't need him anymore. So we're just going to click on him. And then we're going to press delete. Okay, so now that's how we're going to start all our projects. Hello RoboKids, let's start talking about our houses. So this is one project that I made up. It looks fine, it looks like a house. But if we look on the other side, oh no, that's not good. So what we can see here, that the house is empty inside. And these are just really thin lines. You might say, hey, these are just walls. But no, that's not okay, because these walls are so thin that we can't even print them. Even when we put it on the computer screen, it won't even actually just print. It'll just print out maybe just one box right here and then nothing else. Another thing here is this is hanging out right 90 degrees. So we don't want that because we have nothing on the bottom holding it up. Right here though, this doorway is nicely pushed in. So we can see this is really nice, but on the side you can see this is just hollow, just lines. So this is something we should be really careful about. Okay, so let's talk about our second house. Alright, it's not quite finished, but we can see what's our problem. We can see our tiny little roof. It's hanging out and it's out with 90 degrees from this wall. It may have a little slant on top, but it doesn't mean that we will be able to print this side up. So that means we're going to have to push these walls out, or we have to take the roof back in. Another thing is these two rectangles right here. So these are going to be our doors and windows. Remember when I said we can't have anything 90 degrees hanging out? So that's right, so we're going to have to push that in. However, for the door, we can leave a little bit of a bump. So we can have it out this much. Because when we're having out this much, we're building from the bottom. So it will build this with its structure. So with the ground, it's one flat piece and it'll build up with the whole house, but not the window, because this is just hanging out of nowhere. Alrighty, so let's look at our last house. Alright, we have our proper roof, we have our windows all the way in, so there's the door. But what's this on the side? Oh, there's our name. It's me, Curtis. Okay. It's all nice, but we still have 90 degrees hanging out. So we don't want that also. Other than that, this is the perfect house that we can have. We can also have something hanging out with something holding it down. So I'm going to show you that. So we can have a little patio or a little deck. So we have that pulled out. And if only we have something holding it on the bottom, such as this. So there we go. So we have our 90 degrees right here, but we have another wall holding it up. So now it won't fall down. We have something holding it. Right here will be all filled up with all the structures. And it's all nice. So this is one sample house that you can have, minus the words on the side. So for the next part, we'll show you how we can properly put our 3D text names onto our house or objects. Hi RoboKids. Okay, so do you remember these three houses that we talked about? So I'm going to show you what happens when we have our first house and our third house. Our second house is actually not too different from our last one, so I'm just showing the first and third. Alright, so let's head off to Alfina. So this is our software for our 3D printer. And let's open up our good house. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Oh, it's a little bit big, so we're gonna have to scale it down. Let's try 0.1. Okay, so we have that. Everything looks okay, except minus the words. That one, it will be too small, because when we see right here, this board is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's a 14 by 14 centimeter square. That's not too big. So what happens when we try to make our standard size? So our standard size would be around right here. You can see how small this actually look from the side. So that's why we need our largest words on our bigger surface and all the way to the bottom. Otherwise, this is good for printing. So let's open up our other one, the one that we know it won't work and it would not print. So where's that? So right here. So let's open that up. Wow. Okay, so now we see there's all these red lines, and seeing how thin this is. This is like paper thin. It's just one line, so we know that won't print. So it's all red. All right, so let's try fitting that too all the way down. So it was 0.1. Yep, so we have our little tiny holes. We can see that that's hollow too. If we zoom in a little closer, you can see these are tiny little holes, but everything in the middle will not work because it's not solid.